Guys, in this course, I'm going to show you how you can build an application that prints $1 million in monthly recurring revenue. So our app for today is going to be an AI nutrition tracker, which is similar to CalAI. For those who don't know, CalAI is built by the 17-year-old kid, which prints $1 million in monthly recurring revenue. So what it does is basically users can use their phone, scan the food or the snack that they are having, and the app basically tells them how many calorie intake they're gonna have by eating that particular snack or a food. And for this app, the tech stack is going to be Bubble's new mobile native as well. We're gonna integrate our application with Stripe because we need to monetize and make some money. And at the end, we are going to be integrating our application with OpenAI. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how this course is going to be and what you're going to build in this course. So this is going to be your landing page, and we're going to be deep diving in from landing page, from creating pricing plans, and then building our mobile app as well. So this is going to be our landing page. Once user logs in, this is the pricing plan that gets showed to our user. So there's going to be a hard paywall wherein user has an option, either he can select a monthly plan or an annual plan. And this has been integrated with Stripe. So if I click on monthly plan and if I click on subscribe, it's going to direct me to my Stripe checkout page and I can make my payment over here. Now, once the payment is done, all user has to do is install our application from Play Store or Google App Store. And this is how the app is going to be. I'm going to log in one of my test users account over here. And this is how the home screen is going to look like. So it basically shows the nutrition core score for the current day, which is for today. So it's showing 8, and this shows over here the recent logs that I have. At the same time, I have few popular plans. I mean, it depends on you how you want to add features in your application. So for me, it's going to be pretty simple. As you can see over here in the pricing plan, we have the user get unlimited access to KetoAir, so they can add unlimited food items that they want to scan, and get the calorie intake, protein intake, carbs intake, and fats intake as well. They can add unlimited collection. So collection is basically user can add a log to a custom collection, which is similar to playlist. When we make a playlist for on Spotify or on Apple Music, it's going to be similar to what we have over here. And then they get access to nutrition plans on a weekly basis, right? So this is how the app is going to be. So when user clicks on this plus icon, he has to select whatever he's eating. So suppose I go ahead with breakfast, I use French toast, right? And I'm just gonna either or user has option to open the camera or open the gallery, and from here I'm just gonna select French toast over here, and then the AI is going to do its magic. It's going to analyze the image and the text, and then it's going to summarize what we are eating, and then it's going to give a score, as well as it's going to rate how many. It's going to rate whether how high the carbs, protein, and fats do we have in this respective food. So there you go. It barely took less than 1 minute. If I click on view details, I'm able to see a summary over here. I'm able to see a score as well, and you can see the rating over here for carbs, fats, and protein. That's easy and simple. And this whole app took me like 1 day to build. That's how easy. I mean, with the help of AI, we can actually make a lot of money, build apps, ship them quickly, and print money. I mean, that's the hack that I can give you. Anyway, we also have an option over diary where I can create a custom collection, as you can see, and I can add each and every food log into a custom collection. So if I want to add French toast to my August collection, there you go. I can add it, and it's been added in the backend as well. And we are also going to cover setting page over here. We're going to cover each and everything what we have in Bubble's new mobile native. So if I click on logout, we're going to check the whole workflow as well. So let's get started. So before we start building, I just want to give you an overview of how the flow is going to be for this course. All right. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is setting up a design system in our application. The second step is going to be setting up database, and then we're going to be designing our application and building the whole app. And then we're going to set up a paywall in order to monetize our application. And at the end, we are going to be integrating our application with OpenAI, because that's the core use case of our application, wherein the user is able to click a picture of the food that they're going to eat, and the AI tells them how many calorie that particular respective food has. So, without wasting any time, I'm just going to show you how the process is going to be. All right, because as you know, Bubbles mobile native is still beta, and their in-app purchases, they haven't rolled that feature out. But we do have a workaround. So the workaround is going to be simple. So we're going to be designing a landing page, as you can see over here, and once the user clicks on get started, he's going to sign up with us, and then we are going to onboard him. And this onboard is basically a hard paywall. All right, so we're going to tell the user, like, make the payment, either you choose the monthly or the annual plan. All right, and once you're done with this, once the payment is captured, we are going to show them a successful message wherein they can go to the app store or Google Play Store, and they can download our application. All right, and they can start using it. Of course, when you get access to this course, you get access to this Figma file along with two different variations of a high converting landing page as well. So, as you can see, we have testimonials, which is basically social proof. We have benefits. We have the pricing plan, basically the pricing section, FAQs, and all the other aspects as well. All right. And this is how the design is going to look for our mobile application. So for this app, we're going to be leveraging the mobile app as well as the web app. Okay. So first, we're going to create few pages, or should I say views, for our mobile app, and then we're going to jump and start building our landing page and the whole Stripe integration. All right. So I'm going to head back to Bubble, and just make sure that you're on a paid plan, because we're going to be using backend workflows. So I'm just going to give you an overview of the database that we have. You get access to the Notion doc as well, which covers everything from start to end. So as you can see, these are the option sets that I'm using for our app. You can pause this video and you can, paste it in your application as well. Food type, breakfast, lunch, dinner, plan type, which is monthly or yearly or annual. You can say status. We are going to be using this when we integrate OpenAI with our application. And last but not least, we have data types. So we have four different data types: user, which is by default. And as you can see, we're just capturing name, email, list of logs, a list of collections. Collection is basically a playlist for songs, but in our use case, it's going to be a playlist of food logs. Subscription, in order to check if the user has subscribed, and a subscription active, which is going to be a yes and no. And then we have subscription data type, log data type, and then collection as well. All right. And I'm just going to give you an overview of the design system that we are using. This is the color palette that we're going to be using for our application. These are the primary, secondary, and tertiary buttons. And this is how the input or the drop down fields are going to look. So when it's inactive, or like no one is touching, this is how it's going to look. And when it's in the active state, we are going to just add a border of a black color, or a primary CTA color. All right, so I'm just gonna go back to Bubble application. As you can see, it's fresh. I haven't done anything. I'm going to be doing this right in front of you. And this is not going to be a theoretical or a overview course wherein I'm going to show you the whole elements and the components of Bubble's mobile native app. All right, we're going to be learning this throughout this course. All right, because I think that's the best way of learning something. I mean, I usually get bored when I see videos when, oh, these, like, this is this element, you can use this over here. I would rather see something getting implemented right in front of my eyes. Yeah. So let's quickly start building this. So this is going to be our index page. So as you can see, this is what we are going to be designing. So we have a group over here with a padding of 16 and a bottom padding of 80 with a row gap of 32. We have an icon, text, and a button. Right. So let's quickly click on this. View type is going to be non-scrollable because it's a start. We are not scrolling element. So view type is going to be non-scrollable. So there are actually there are four types of view over here. So scrollable, which is when you want to showcase a list of database. Non-scrollable when you want to show a sign-up page or a onboarding page, right? Third one is the vertical list, and the fourth one is the section list. Now, these both are quite similar, except the only difference is in the section list, we can basically filter out our database. All right. So just make sure it's not scrollable. I'm gonna add a background color, which is the image. As you have the access to the asset file, so you can use it. And we are going to drop a group over here, and let's call this as group main. Now, I have a habit of naming each and every group, and I think you should do that too. Let's add a padding of 16, and on bottom we need 80, but as you can see over here we already have. I'm just going to select this, that is view, and make it bottom align. So there you go, and you can see we have already a gap of 34. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick math because I'm not that good in front of camera. 46. So let's add a bottom padding of 46 over here. And let's also add a row gap of 32. Now let's quickly start adding our icon over here. Just search for coffee and make sure the photo library you're using is phosphor. And it's going to be white. And let's make it 60 by 60. There you go. I'm going to center this. I'm going to drop a text element as well, which is going to be calorie tracking made easy. And if I'm not wrong, it's 45. Let's make it white, and it's semi bold. And center align. Click on layout and check fit width to content. Looks good. And let's quickly drop a button as well. And this is going to be get started. Let's make min height as 45. And let's change the appearance to our secondary button, that is full white. I'm going to select group main, click on layout. All right, and get rid of min height. Looks good, looks clean, and we were able to do this in I think 5 minutes. Rough guess. Now let's add a workflow on this button. So we are going to be navigating user to our login page, because in our mobile app we want users to log in. So the sign up and the payment is going to be done on the web app, and then they're going to be accessing it on our login on the mobile app, wherein they will be logging in. Okay, navigate to a view. Navigation type is going to be model, and we're going to add a new view. Let's call this as a login, and again it's going to be not scrollable. Let's create it. From here we are going to select login. There we go. Now let's head back to login design, change this to our secondary background color. All right, looks good. I'm just gonna paste this because I already had this at the back of the app, and I'm just gonna oh, my bad. Okay, and height is 40. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Oh, I know. The reason why I'm not able to center it is because it's showing scrollable. So let's check on not scrollable. And now if I click on our view, there you go. That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to focus on this. We have a icon, all right, 32 by 32. Then we have a text element of 36 as font size, which is semi bold. And as you can see, row gap is 8. And then we have a sub description or a heading, and again, which is grouped with this group with a row gap of 16. Then we have grouped these group inputs, which is email and password, and then we have login. All right, quite similar. Just make sure you name everything. All right, And I'm just going to click on login, click on appearance, add a workflow, and we're going to again do the same thing. Oh, we are going to log in the user. That was a trick to see if you were awake. Anyway, I'm just gonna use input emails value. Password is going to be input passwords value. All right, so we logged in the user. Now let's reset the inputs, and then we're going to navigate to a new view, and we're going to stack it. But let's create the new mobile view, which is, let's call it as Keto Home. All right. I think there is a glitch or a bug because every time I click on not scrollable, I think it still selects view type as scrollable. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I'm right. Create. All right. Keto Home. Okay. If I go back to Keto Home, see, but I understand they're still in beta version, so I understand. And we're gonna make it as not scrollable. I'm just gonna paste this. Let's center this. I'm just gonna name this as home. Okay, and I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff just for time being. All right. Now let's move up to our landing page design and let's quickly build our landing page, sign up page, onboarding, and connect Stripe to it. All right. So as you can see, we have a simple dashboard, simple landing page. I don't know what has gotten into me. I'm messing everything. Okay, so now we are switching to web app. Okay, I'm gonna select our index. I'm gonna change background color to our secondary background. All right, just make sure you change the page title to Keto AI or whatever you want to name your application. And I'm gonna drop a floating group, which is going to be our header. There you go. Get rid of color. Click. Oh, I saw something. Offset. No, we don't need this. Outset. Min height is going to be 80. Now we're going to drop another group inside of this. Let's call this as group inner. Min width 0, max width 1200, center align. Min height is going to be 0 and check fit height to content because I want the group inner to fall and take the shape of our floating group. Let's add a padding on left and right of 32. Let's drop a image element over here, and from the asset file just use our keto logo. Go to layout, keep element aspect ratio fixed, and this width is going to be 120. And let's center this. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna select the group. Oh yeah, group inner is going to be row, and let's make it space between. And now we're gonna center it. Let's drop a text element. I'm just gonna make it over here. Let's call this as features. This is going to be yeah. Let's use medium. Head over to layout. Add a padding on left and right as 10. Okay, and let's make it 15. Yeah, let's make it 15, and let's center this. Again, I'm gonna copy and paste this over here is going to be FAQs. This over here is going to be pricing. We're going to group these three together into a row container. Fit width to content, min height is going to be 0. No need of changing min height. Keep it the way it is. Let's name this as group nows. And this over here is going to be image logo. Now I'm going to select our page. I'm going to drop a group. Let's call this as group main. Again, min width 0, min height 0. Let's add a top margin of 80 and uncheck fit height to content. There you go. I'm going to drop another group inside group main, and let's call this as group hero inner. Min height is going to be, min width is going to be 0, max width is going to be 1200 again. Center this. Min height 0, uncheck this, and let's add a padding of 32 on left and right, and on top and bottom 80. Okay, and the container layout is going to be row. Now I'm going to select group main, the first group, click on appearance, and let's add a background image. Now from the asset file, just select hero bg, and check these two boxes. Okay, now I'm going to drop another group inside group hero inner, and let's call this as group hero. Min width is going to be 0, max width is going to be 40%. There you go. Let's make it vertical stretch and height 0 as well. Row gap is going to be 48. Now let's see what do we have. Actually, let's make it 50. Okay, now let's see what do we have over here. So we have few elements over here, so let's quickly do this. Before that, I just need to check. This is 60 and 20. Okay, so we're going to drop an image over here, and from the asset file, just select a image called as people. I'm going to click on layout, keep element aspect ratio fixed, and this is going to be 124 in width. I'm going to drop another text, and I'm just going to copy this. Let's go back, center align this. Let's make it medium, make it 14, and let's change the text to secondary text. Actually, let's use our primary text. I'm going to select these two together, group them into a row container, and let's call this as group social proof. Click on layout. Ooh. Let's add a background color of white. Let's add a border color, and let's add a roundness, which is going to be 100. There you go. I'm going to click on layout, get rid of min width, min height, make it fit width to content, and we are going to add a padding. So on top, bottom, and left, add a padding of 4, and on right, make it 10. I'm going to select this, center this, and I'm going to add a column gap of 8. Looks good. Now I'm going to drop a text over here and check this, and this over here is going to be, I'm just going to meet keto AI, which is 60 in font size and semi bold. There you go. I'm going to copy and paste this over here as well. Make sure that this is 20 and regular, left aligned, and secondary text. I'm going to copy this, which is going to be our subheading or sub description about our app, and let's drop a button as well. Get started, make it 45, min width is going to be 0. Now let's start grouping this. So I'm going to group these two together into a column with a row gap of 16. There you go. Min width 0, min height 0. I'm going to select these two again, group them into a column container of 24 as a row gap. Let's call this as group heading. Looks good to me. I'm going to select group hero, and I'm going to make it center align. And there we go. So now when user clicks on get started, we do need to show them our sign up page. So we're going to add a workflow. We're going to navigate to a new page. Let's create a new page. Let's call this sign up. And I'm just going to copy it from index or clone it from index. There we go. Sign up. Now let's Before that, just gonna switch to mobile app. Click on login. I just need to copy this element over here. Again, switch back to web app. Go to sign up, and let's get rid of all this. All right, this over here is going to be, let's be like, join us instead of sign up. And I'm gonna paste this. Max width is going to be 430. Center this, center align. There you go. This is going to be sign up or join us, whatever works. Welcome to Keto AI. I'm gonna make this first, and let's call this as group name. This over here is going to be name. Let's change this to input name, John Doe, text. So name, email, password. Do we have anything? Oh, restore purchase. Okay, I'm just gonna copy that. This is just for user experience, guys. I'm not gonna cover this in this course, but there you go. Center this, make this regular, change this to sign up, add a workflow. Let's sign the user up. So we already have input emails value, input passwords value, and we're going to add two values, which is going to be name and subscription active. Input names value and subscription active is going to be no. Now, the reason or the benefit of using this field is a lot of people, like once you launch your SaaS application, you're gonna see that a lot of people are signing up, but once you give them or like show them to a hard paywall. In our use case, we are using a hard paywall. We are not giving a 7-day free trial. So what happens is when they see a price in front of them, the normal human behavior is like, you know what, I'm just gonna think about it. I mean, right now this app is not necessary. I don't want to spend $9 or $12 on this, right? But what happens is if you're using this, like these are the list of people who have signed up with you, who are showing interest in your application, but there is something that's bothering them. And of course, it's the price thing. So you can use this in your advantage, and you can, export the list, and you can send them an email with like, hey, this is the coupon code, use it to get 10% off, and I'm giving out 1 month free for you, right? That's how, a hustler thinks, all right? Now, after signing up, we do need to reset the relevant inputs, and we are going to navigate the user to a paywall. So let's create paywall. There you go. And I'm going to clone it from index. And I can see there is an issue over here. Paywall. Oh, that was the issue. And the data we're going to be sending is going to be current user. Click on this button. Okay. Now let's head back to design and let's start designing paywall, which is this thing. Okay. Now I try to keep my design minimal. Okay, I don't want to confuse my users. Okay, so I'm just gonna get rid of this and group main as well, and keep margin as 0, and update the image to onboarding BG. There you go. I'm gonna select group hero and let's call this as group paywall. All right, and instead of 50, let's make it 40%, and let's add a right padding of 20 or 16, whatever works. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna drop a text element, which is going to be this, get Keto AI Pro, which is our hard paywall. Make it semi bold, make it 36. Click on layout. There you go. I'm just gonna copy this somewhere over here because we're gonna be needing it. Okay, now I'm going to use a repeating group to show the list of features. So I'm just going to call this as repeating group features. Min width 0. Ooh, okay. Keep it min height the way it is. Don't touch this. Type of content is going to be option set features. All features. Row is going to be 100%. And check this box. There you go. We do need, let's make it 10. Solid. And let's add a secondary background as color. Now before this, I'm just gonna add a group over here inside of this. Let's call this as group feature. And this is going to be a row with a column gap of 10. Okay. Type of content is going to be features, current cells features. That's it. I'm gonna draw, what the hell? Okay. I'm just gonna do this way. All right. So this text over here is going to be parent group features display, and make it left align. And let's make it 16. Medium is fine. And we're going to add a icon as well. Let's center this to, icon is going to be 20 by 20. And let's get rid of this padding. This over here is going to be check, but fill. Okay, I'm going to select this group feature, click on layout, get rid of min width, min height, select our repeating group features, select this, group them into a column container with a row gap of 24. I'm going to select group repeating group features and make min height as 0. Now I'm going to select this button, make it fit width to uncheck it, and let's make this as subscribe. All right. Now what do we have? So we have two pricing plans over here. So let's quickly work on this as well. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to select this group paywall and make it as, let's go with 50. And let's go with 60. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to select this group feature, copy, paste it over here. I'm going to select this text, paste this over here as well. I'm going to select this and let's call this, let's just get rid of the data over here. So this over here is going to be monthly plan. And the icon is going to be circle, but it's going to be regular. So I'm just going to search for circle. There we go. And this is going to be get access for just $9 per month. And let's make it font size, let's make it at 14. I'm going to select these two elements and group them into a column with a row gap of 12 and a padding of 20 all around the edges. And let's call this as group monthly plan. Okay, let's add a solid border with our border color and a roundness of 10. Looks good. Now I'm going to select our page, that is paywall, and I'm going to create a custom state, which is going to be plan, which is our option type, option set. Damn, what has gotten into me? Okay, so what happens? So when you, oh, you know what, let's keep it medium. I don't have an issue. So what happens is when user clicks on group monthly plan, we are going to set a state to our page, use, and there's going to be keto AI monthly plan. All right, I'm just going to copy this, head back, and we're going to make some changes in the condition, which is going to be when paywall, that is pages, custom state, that is plan, is keto AI monthly plan, then border width and border color is going to change to black, and width is going to be 2. All right, I'm going to copy this expression, do it over here as well. When this is true, icon is going to change from this to check, but it's going to be fill. There you go. I'm going to select this, copy special, select group paywall, paste special as well, and let's make it previous. Let's call this as annual plan. Let's make few tweaks over here. We also had a chip over here, the 10% off. Let's add that as well. I'm gonna copy this, select this group, center this, change this to 12, and make it as 10% off. And let's add a padding of 8. And let's give this a height of 25. 25 is good. Okay, let's add, let's make it white as font color. Let's change background style to black, and let's add a roundness of 5, maybe 8. 8 seems good. 8 seems good, yeah. Now we're going to make few tweaks over here. So instead of keto monthly plan, is going to be yearly plan. Same goes over here. And also we're going to make change in the workflow. There you go. Now let's quickly group these together into a column container as row gap as 12, and let's call this as plan. And I'm going to select this and our button, and let's group them into a column container again with a row gap of 24. And I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm going to select group plan as well and get rid of this as well. Looks good as of now, but let's see how this looks when we preview this. So head back to index. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the debugger. Looks good, the way we wanted. Get started. Okay, I'm gonna use John Doe, and I'm gonna use, just make sure you're using a working email over here. All right, because we are gonna do few testing for this email address. So just make sure you're using a working email. Click on sign up. I forgot to change this to, I forgot to change the name of this page. So it's going to be pricing plans, keto AI. There you go. Looks good. Amazing. All right. So we are done setting up our paywall page, and now it's time to implement and integrate Stripe as well. Okay. So what I did is I have my test mode on my Stripe, as you can see over here. In your case, it might be Sandbox, but I'm using the legacy model, so that's why I have access to Stripe test data. And what I had done over here is I had created two plans, as you can see. So one is the monthly plan, and the second one is the annual plan. And I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what this plan is. I just copy pasted most of the things like features, and you can see the payments. So for monthly, it's $9 per month, right? And if I go back again and I show you the annual plan, which is going to be $79 per year. So if you check the Figma file, you can see over here. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to be creating a checkout session. So I have mentioned the URL of the documentation of Stripe in the Notion docs. You can get access to this, and we're going to be implementing this straight up. All right. So without wasting any time, let's get back to Bubble, and click on plugins, and let's download API connector because we're going to be using API. Now, Bubble does has their own Stripe plugin. You can use that as well, but I want you to be technically strong as well. So that's why we are going to be using Open API connector. There you go. I have installed. All right. So the first thing you can go to the Notion dog and you can check over here. So the first thing we are going to do is create this Stripe session checkout API. So for that, we are going to click on add another API. Let's name this as, I'm just going to name it as Stripe checkout. Authentication is going to be private key in header, and key name is authorization. Development key over here is going to be bearer. All right, space, and go to your Stripe and over here search for API. Click on API, and we are going to be using the secret key over here. So just copy this and paste this over here. Copy this whole thing. Do the same thing in the development key value as well. As you can see, actually, there's no need to do this, but once you deploy your application, just make sure to fill out the private key over here, which is going to be similar to deployment key value. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this, and let's go back to Notion doc, and we are going to be adding two shared headers for this calls. So add a shared header, and we're going to copy this. Just make sure you copy and paste this. That's that simple. You don't have to, I think you won't even need any, you won't need to go to the Stripe documentation. All right, value, there we go, and just copy this, paste this over here. After this, we are going to create a new API call. So over here, we're going to call this as session checkout. Ooh, what happened? I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay, I don't know. That was weird. Okay, so we're going to call this as session checkout. Use as is going to be action because we are going to be using this API call in a workflow. And this is going to be a post call. And I'm just going to copy this URL over here and paste it. There you go. Ooh, you don't need post. All right. What do we have next? So we do need to add few parameters over here and make sure that the query st is checked for all the parameters that we're going to be adding over here. So scroll down and click on this add parameter. All right, and the first one is mode, and I'm just going to copy subscription over here, and we're going to check private as well and check query string. Add the second parameter. Let's quickly do this. This is going to be the customer email, but this value is going to be dynamic. So what I want you to do is just copy the working email that you have used for your test user. So I'm just going to paste it over here, and I'm going to uncheck private because we are going to make this field dynamic based on the current user who is going to be logged in. Check query st as well. As you can see, use test email and uncheck private. I'm going to copy this whole thing, line item, add a new parameter, which is going to be one. Uncheck this. Oh, what's it check? Private. Oh yeah, it was check private. My bad. Do the same thing for price. Let's go ahead. There you go. And over here, we are going to be using price ID. So for testing purpose, what we are going to be do is just head back to Stripe, go to your product catalog, click on the monthly plan, and click on this three dots, and click on copy price ID. Head back to Bubble, paste it over here, and check private because this is going to be dynamic based on the custom state that we have used in our paywall page. And check query ST. We're going to copy this, make this as monthly again, uncheck this, check query string. What else do we have? Success URL. Now for this, what I'm gonna do is just head back to just uh, preview the paywall page, and we're just gonna copy this. I'm just gonna get rid of debug over here. Actually, you know what? Let's sign up. So I'm just gonna head back over here, click on user, app data, and let's do it as run as the test user. I'm just gonna get rid of this, get rid of debugger as well. All right, I'm just gonna copy this URL, head back over here, go back to plugins, and paste this over here. Again, uncheck private, check query string, and I think at the end we have cancel URL. And we're gonna do the same step. I just want to cross check. Yeah. Copy this, paste, and check query string. And now we're going to initialize the call. If you're getting any errors over here, it means you have messed up somewhere in the parameters. You can check the Notion doc and reinitialize the call. So I'm going to click on initialize call. There you go. So it worked. Just make sure that you save this. And as you can see, you can check the raw data over here. Client reference, null, always. Whoa. Which user is this? This is some. Okay, this was the temporary email. I think we were using a different email over here, but that's fine. It worked. It worked out, so it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm just going to click on save. There you go. So now we have the API call for session checkout. Now, in order to configure this whole thing, we need to create a webhook. What webhook does is basically it listens to this API call that we are initializing. So every time a user is going to subscribe to your monthly or your yearly plan, the webhook is going to listen to this call and capture it, and then we can modify the data and add it in our bubble database. So what I want you to do is click on backend workflows. But before that, let's do one thing. I'm gonna click on design, and when user clicks on subscribe, what we are going to do is we are going to create a workflow. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and the workflow is going to be we are going to schedule a wait a minute. We're going to click on plugins and click on Stripe session checkout. And as you can see, the customer email is going to be current users email over here. Line item, uh, we can use this. Just make sure that paywalls plan is keto monthly plan. Then only this workflow is going to be initialized. And over here, it's going to be this URL success is equal to yes, or you know what, true. Similarly, we're going to do the same thing for cancel URL. So this URL success is false. All right, I'm gonna copy this, paste this over here again, and we're gonna change this to our yearly plan. This is going to be yearly, and head back to Stripe, go to your product catalog and copy the price ID of our annual plan. There you go. Head back, paste it over here. All right. After this, what we are going to do is, yeah, we're going to head back to backend workflows and we're going to create a new backend workflow. Let's call this as session checkout. And over here, what we are going to do is check all these three boxes. And the parameter definition over here is going to be detect request data. And then we're going to click on detect data. There you go. Now make sure you keep this page the way it is. All right, I'm just going to copy this URL. Make sure you're copying the whole thing till initialize. Head back to Stripe, or your search for webhook. There you go, create a webhook. Let's, yeah, my account, and over here we're going to search for session checkout. Yeah, this one, checkout session is complete. Check this, click on continue, and over here you're going to paste the URL that we got from Bubble, and this is going to be when user subscribes to Keto AI plan. Click on create destination. All right, so now we're going to test this. So let's head back to pricing plans. I'm just going to refresh this, and I'm going to select monthly plan. Click, oh, before that, what we are going to do is let's design this success pop-up as well. All right, so what we're going to do is just head back over here. Ooh, okay, we can do this later, that's fine. So let's head back over here. I'm gonna click on monthly plan, click on subscribe, and I forgot one more thing. Let's cancel this. Okay, let's head back over here. Let's get rid of this webhook as well. Okay, I'm sorry guys, stick with me. All right, so what I forgot to do is we get a URL when we initialize the call in the API connector. So we're going to do navigate, open an external website, and this is going to be step one's URL. And I'm just going to make sure that I copy this over here, copy and paste this. This is going to be yearly, and for this is going to be the result of step two URL. And let's head back over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop a pop-up over here. All right, and let's call this as Popup Success. Use our secondary background color. Padding is going to be 20 all over the edges. Width, let's make it 430, and height is going to be 500 for time being. And let's add a row gap of 24. So I'm just gonna copy this and open our pop-up success, drop it over here. Let's head back, and I'm gonna copy this payment successful, center this. Let's make it 24. I'm gonna drop another text which is going to be payment has been successfully processed. There you go. Center this, make this our secondary text color. I'm going to group these two together into a column with a row gap of 6. 6 seems fine. Again, I'm going to copy this, paste this over here, and I think this was get the app. There you go. And I'm going to drop two images over here. So from the asset file, you can use two images over here. I'm just going to, there you go. And I'm going to select, where is it? Ah, there you go. Keep element aspect ratio fixed. And you know what? Let's stick to the 135. So let's make it 135 fixed width. Center this, copy and paste, and upload the Apple. Where is it? Oh, this one, Apple badge. I'm gonna group these together into a column group of row gap of 6, column with a row gap of 6. There you go. I'm gonna select these two, group them together. 12. Do the same thing for the QR as well, which can be scan QR code. And I'm just gonna drop an image over here. This is just a dummy QR code, so you can create your own QR code and use it. But 134, all right. 134. Center this, get rid of this group. Looks good. I'm gonna make min height as 0. There you go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to workflow, create a new workflow, which is going to be when page is loaded, and over here the condition is going to be get data from page URL where success is true, then show the pop-up. There you go. Okay, now let's detect our data again. Copy, just make sure you copy the whole URL, head back to Stripe, add a new destination, do the same thing, session checkout complete, paste it over here. When user subscribe to keto air plan, create destination. All right, now it's time to test our workflow. Fingers crossed. All right, I'm gonna select monthly plan, click on subscribe. Let's go. All right, I'm just gonna add test card details over here. And this guy is going to be Alex Riveria. I'm just gonna head back to Canada. All right, let's click on subscribe. What do you guys think? Are we gonna get success URL? Payment was successful. There you go. So we do need to make few changes. All right. So what I want you to do is, now this whole thing is tested, and if we go back to Bubble, we got the data. Make sure you save this, and now we can start working on the API. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a new thing. So create a new thing, which is going to be subscription. Let's add all fields. The customer over here is going to be quite simple. So what we are going to do is search for user, and over here, what we are going to do is the unique ID is going to be request data client reference ID. Close this first item. All right. For ID client, again, it's going to be request data object client reference ID. For ID customer, it's going to be request data and object subscription. So I'm just going to search for object, this one, object subscription. For ID subscription is going to be request data, and this thing is going to be again object subscription. Price over here is going to request data. uh, let's search for object amount total, and we are going to be dividing it by 100 because Stripe converts dollars into cents. There you go. Subscription date is going to be current date and time. There you go. Let me just check one thing over here. I'm just gonna okay. For customer, it's going to be object customer and not subscription. I just wanted to cross check that. So I for ID customer is going to be request data object customer, and for ID subscription is going to be request data's object subscription. Now after this, we are going to make few changes to our current user. So for this, what we are going to do, I'm going to head back to our create subscription workflow. I'm going to copy this expression and paste it over here. And we are just going to update two fields over here. So first thing is going to be subscription, which is going to be the result of step one. And subscription active is going to be yes. There you go. It's that simple. And we are done with monetizing our mobile native app. Let's test this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a dummy page over here. Let's call this as test. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll be done creating this quickly. This over here is going to be damn it. Current user email, and I'm just gonna add a button over here to log out. Log the user out, navigate him to the index page. So yeah, I'm just gonna refresh this. Again, the pop-up is going to come. Test, log out, and let's try creating a new account using this email ID. There you go. Get started. Jason Wayne. There you go. Click on sign up. Monthly plan. Subscribe. Ooh, before that, before you test out, just head back to Stripe, click on edit destination and get rid of initialize and this slash and save. I'm just gonna redo it again. There you go. And let's see. Oh, I think there was an issue. It shows success false. So when this happens, what we can do is check logs over here. Jason Wayne, I think it went through. Let me just check our database. Oh yeah, I think it didn't go through. That's fine. The tag data, modify, create new subscription, make changes, search for user. Okay, let's try it again. I'm just gonna use a. I don't know if it's gonna give me a different email ID. Change. I'm just gonna get rid of this for time being. Log out. And let's test this again. I think if this fails, oh, come on, change this, buddy. You know what? I'm just gonna use a dummy email ID. Let me just check. Give me the same one. Sorry, Bruce at the test.com. All right, sign up. Now, if this doesn't work, I guess I know what the issue is. I'm just gonna click on India. But I just want to cross check before. Okay, that was working. All right, so let's check our database. head over to ooh, ooh, ooh. It did create. Okay, it did create a ID client and customer. So what we can do over here, just ignore ID client for time being, and uh, let's head back to data type, and I'm just going to get rid of ID client because that's not necessary, but we do need customer. So let me just check this. Let's get rid of this. Customer object, customer, search for user. Okay, so instead of unique ID, let's go with email is equal to request data object custom customer details email. I just want, yeah, this one, object customers email. There you go. Close this, copy this, paste this over here. I'm just gonna cross check. All right, looks good. Mission is active, and now let's do this again. So you're partially there, and this is good actually. This is good because I'm not the kind of guy who is going to like show you like, oh, it's easy to build on. It is easy to build, but you're gonna come across a lot of hurdles and like obstacles like this, and that's why I keep my videos raw, wherein I show how I debug the issues. All right, so I'm just gonna log out from this, and let's create a new account for Clark Kent. There you go. And now let's see. Of course, this is going to work. Let's go with annual plan. There you go. Use the test card details over here. Subscribe. And I'm pretty confident this is going to work. Let's go. Let's head back to app data. There you go. If I click on users, Clark has finally got subscription to Keto AI. All right. Now let's see what do we have. So we're done with our landing page. Now we're going to deep dive into a mobile design. So we are going to be creating our Keto home, which is quite easy, honestly. I mean, I really love uh, Bubble's mobile native feature. I don't know. I mean, it's amazing. So yeah, let's get into this. Focus from a web app to a mobile app. So I'm just gonna head over to a Figma file and let's switch to mobile design. And as we know, we have already created a Keto home, which is going to be our home page for our mobile app. And we still need two more pages. So in total, three. So home, diary, and settings. So head back to Bubble editor. Let's switch to mobile app and let's go to Keto home. Now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of this whole group and I'm gonna make this page Keto home as a tab item. Now when I check on this, you're gonna notice a few changes on my screen. You can see that there is a new tab item over here that has been pre-built by Bubble itself. So if I go ahead and create another page and include it as tab item, it's gonna pop up over here. All right. So according to a Figma file. We still need two more pages. So I'm just gonna go and create a new view, and let's call this as diary, and let's make it, yeah, it's going to be scrollable. So let's make it scrollable. There you go. And I'm gonna click on include as tab item. So you can see two pages or two views over here, keto home and our diary. I'm gonna head back and do the same thing for settings as well. And let's include this as tab item. I'm not happy with this name, so uh, let's just call this as home. I wish that, oh, you can change it. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be diary, and this over here is going to be settings. I just want to check one thing, if it's dynamic on all pages. If I go on settings, okay, looks good. We do need to make few customizations over here, but before that, we are going to build this homepage of a mobile app. So we have a group over here with a padding of 16 on left and right and 32 on the bottom, and the total height is 190. So I'm just gonna go to our Keto homepage and make sure the flat color, the background color is white, and I'm just gonna drop a group over here. And let's make this top align. There you go. And let's call this as group heading. Width is fine. Height, let's make it 190. Oh, my bad. 190. There we go. And let's add a background color, which is going to be our secondary background color. And there you go. Looks good. I'm just gonna add a padding of 16 on left and right and a bottom padding of 32. There you go. Now I'm going to add two text elements over here. And let's just get rid of this formatting. And this over here is going to be the current date time. So insert dynamic data, current date and time. Where is it? There you go. Formatted as August 9. Looks good. I just need to check the font. So it's 14, and this one is medium 28. So let's make this 14. Copy and paste. This is going to be nutrition tracker. Oh, just gonna head back and copy. I'm not gonna type it out. There you go. And I forgot the font. 28. All right. It happens. And let's make this medium, and let's change it to a primary font color. Looks good. And we have a row group of a row gap, let's say, of 12. So I'm just gonna group these together into a column and then add a row gap of 12. All right, looks good. I'm gonna change group headings container layout to row. There you go. And let's select this group heading inner, and let's, oh, I'm just gonna get rid of this min height and min width, and let's make it bottom align. Oh, this. Okay, and what we are going to do is we are going to add another text element over here. Why? Oh, okay. I'm just going to bring it to the bottom and make it last over here. And let's add this, and let's add a column gap of 20 for time being. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. And let's see. So we have a score kind of an element over here. I just need to check the font size. So it's 24 medium. There we go. I'm just gonna make it. Let's first format it. So 24 medium. Center this. All right, and let's see. So this is 48 by 48. So what I'm gonna do is basically make this 48 by 48 with fixed width and height. And this over here is going to be do a search of logs wherein owner is current user and created date is equal to current date and time. And this over here is going to be each item's sum divided by, again do a search for logs, same thing, we need owner, current user, and we need current date, which is again today's date and time, close, count, formatted as a number. Let's, there you go. Now I know this looks really weird, but I'm just gonna make this the way it is. Looks way too big. But I mean, we don't have any other option. Now let's do one thing on 24, 48 by 48. Let's add roundness, right? And let's add a solid border. I just want to check. So it's 3, as you can see over here. I'm just going to copy this color code, make this 3, paste the color over here. Same goes for the font as well. I think font color is this one. There you go. I'm going to select this. There we go. And I'm going to add a background color as well, which is this one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this expression, and for time being, I'm just gonna enter I'm just gonna enter a dummy number till the time we are testing it out. I'm just gonna paste this over here somewhere, and I'm done. Anyway, we'll work on that again. Not an issue. I'm just gonna select these two together and group them into a column container. Do the same thing. 20 is fine. There you go. 0, 0. All right. So there we have this. Instead of 190, we'll see how this looks. All right. So let's head back. We do have this another group, and within this group we have different groups. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna group this whole thing together right now, because as you can see we have a horizontal scroll, and I want that overflow effect, right? So I'm gonna uh, let's see. I mean, we are not gonna group everything together, so I'm just gonna copy this. I just want to see the font. So it's 32 semi bold. I'm just gonna copy this straight up. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna paste this. Why? Huh? That's weird. Copy, paste. Anyway, So this is hi and current user's name. So insert dynamic data. Current user's name. And we are going to add a padding of 16 over here. Looks good, looks good. What do we have next? We have another row group, 20. All right, so I'm just going to copy this. Actually, I'm just going to paste this, what we had over here. And this over here is going to be today's log, and it's 20 medium. So let's make, oh, it is 20. It is medium. Let's make it regular. I just want to see how this looks. Medium is fine. I forgot to change this to semi-bold. Yeah. And this over here is going to be today's log. I'm gonna copy and paste this over here, and I'm gonna group. This over here is going to be the count. So what I'm gonna do, we had done this. Owner is equal to current user, and created date is equal to current date and time, and count. Formatted as number. There you go. All right, looks good to me. And now we're going to group these two together into a row container. Let's make it space between, and let's add a column gap of 12. And let's also add a padding of 16. Looks good. I'm just gonna center this as well. Select this group. Okay, looks good. So I'm just gonna name this as text name, and this group is going to be group log heading. All right, there you go. I still don't know how this is going to look. Okay, there we go. I'm not happy with the space actually. You know, 50. So let me just do a quick math over here. It's 190 minus 50, 140. Yeah, let's make this 140. Yeah, now it looks good. All right, so we have our log heading. Now the next thing is this repeating group. So over here, if you notice, if you check over here, we don't have a repeating group. We have a floating group, short list, horizontal list, and we're going to be using horizontal list over here. So I'm just going to pick this, drop this over here, and we're going to style it. So let's first do one thing. Let's connect our data. So this is going to be log, do a search of logs wherein owner is equal to current user and create a date. This today's date, right? There you go. And in layout, let's make this as this element is visible on page load. We're gonna uncheck this, and we're gonna put a condition over here, which is going to be do a search for. You know what? I'm just gonna copy this, paste it over here. Count is zero. Actually greater than zero, then this element is visible. Otherwise, it's not visible. Now we're gonna style this. So I'm just gonna select this horizontal list, and let's make it 300 because I need some room to work with. And we're just gonna see. Okay, looks good. Looks good. And the layout, that's fine. We are still going to change this later on. As you know, it's 14. So let's make this 14. There you go. Now this group, which is pre-built when you use this horizontal list, we are going to make few changes over here. So first thing, let's get rid of. Let's get rid of the. We do need a border. We do need a border. So I'm gonna select our border over here. All right. Wait, what happened? Okay. Yeah, this is going to be the border. I just realized the list item over here just went missing because it was empty. Okay, let's head back and let's see what elements do we have. So we have an image field. We have uh, this text field over here, which is again similar to what we have over here, and then a summary or description, right? And then we have the date and view details. So what we're gonna do is first let's get rid of this padding. Okay, then we are going to drop a image over here, and let's make this first item. And I just need to check the roundness of this whole group, so it's 12. So just select this and let's make roundness as 12. Same goes for the image as well, but we're going to check this box which define each border independently, and let's make this 12 and top left as 12 too. This over here, it's going to be current item logs image process with ImageX, and then check this box. There you go. Click on layout. This is going to be 4 by 3. So let's make this 4 by 3. There you go. Now let's head back over here and let's see we have what the user is going to uh, eat basically. So 16. All right, so let's make this as current item logs description, right? And yeah, 16 is fine, but it's medium. So let's change this to medium. There you go. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this over here, copy and paste it in our group over here. And we're gonna change this to 16 as well. And I just need to check. So it's 20 by 20 instead of 48, I think. Yeah. So let's make this 20 by 20. 16 is too big. Oh, it's 10. So let's make this 10. Instead of 22, let's go for 25, right? And for text, let's make it 12. All right, let's make this previous and let's group these two together into a row container with space between, and let's add a column gap of 12. Let's get rid of these all together. Center this too. Select this, and let's name this as card heading. This is going to be card image. All right, there we go. Now this over here is going to be current item logs summary. There you go. And what we're going to do, I just need to check. Oh, it's 12 and it's our secondary color. This is fine, but we are going to give a height of let's make it 32. You know what, let's make it 40. All right, so I'm going to select group card heading and this summary, group them together into a column container. Let's get rid of this, let's get rid of this as well. Let's add a padding of 6. I don't think so. It's 16. I just need to check. It's 12. 12, 12, there we go. And we have a gap of 8, row gap of 8. So there we go. Let's add this as well. I'm just gonna uncheck the fixed width for time being. And I just realized we need some more space over here. So let's make this 500. Ooh. Okay. What do we have next? We have a group over here, which is a height of 50 with the date and a button. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop a group, and let's call this as group. What are we calling this? Group card heading, group card 2. Actually, let's make it 1. And this is going to be group card 2. Height is going to be 50. Let's make it fixed. Let's get rid of this. Let's add a background color, which is going to be a secondary background color. And this over here, check each border independently. I'm going to add a roundness of 12 at bottom, left and right. And I also noticed that we had a border on top. I'm just going to check. Yeah, we had a border. So I'm going to select our border color. There you go. Looks good. Looks good. And this group card 2 is going to be a row space between. I'm just going to select this, copy, paste it over here, center this, and this. Before that, I'm going to select group card 2 and let's connect the data. So this is going to be log, current item logs, and this is going to be parent group logs, created date, formatted as this. I just need to check the font size. So it's 10. So let's make this 10. Looks good. I'm gonna drop a button and let's put this over here. And this over here is going to be view details. And we're gonna detach the style because we're gonna make few changes over here for this button because as you know, so it's medium 10 and it has a height of 26 and a padding of 10. And then, all right, there we go. Let's make this 10. 10. Height is going to be 20. Actually, let's check 32. 32 also looks good. And let's make it fit with the content. Center this. Okay. And let's add a column gap of 12. And before that, I just want to see, okay, so it's 250 in width. So what we can do is, we can add a fixed width and let's make this 250. That's how it's going to look. So we have plenty of space over here. I'm going to get rid of this as well. So I selected horizontal list item A, the main group, and then I got rid of the space because there was a 4 pixel space between these two. Looks good. And I forgot to add a top and bottom. So what I'm gonna do is 12. Okay. So I'm gonna select group card one and add a top and bottom padding as well. There you go. Looks good. I'm gonna select this. Uh yeah, I'm gonna select this group and back. Just check few things. Alright, looks good. Select our horizontal list log and get rid of this and make min height 0. That is fine. What are we missing over here? Okay, this is fine. This is fine as well. This group is fine too. Fixed height. I'm selecting this. 272. Let's see if we make it 272 and how it looks. Ooh. Hmm, that's weird. If I make this 300 and make it fixed width, 400. Okay, so I just want to check a few things into 370. Okay, so I'm just gonna 186 plus 120 plus 50, 186 plus 120 plus 50, 356. I'm gonna select this and let's make it 356. That looks good. All right. So now what we are going to do is we're gonna group these two together first and group them into a column container. And let me check. It's 20 as row gap, and let's call this as group home 1.2. Let's call this group home 2 because we're going to group this and then this together. So make sure you select this text name and then our group home 2. Right click, group into a column container with a row gap of 32. So this group is going to be our main group. So I'm just going to add main over here. All right. And I just realized one thing, that this page is going to be a scrollable page. So just make that change. In group main, we are going to add a padding as well of 32 on top. Let's get rid of this. Or you can add margin as well on top of 32. There we go. No need of adding padding or anything. Just need to select this group home 2. Actually, you know what? Let's call this as group log collection. All right. Keep it simple. We have this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this whole group. Yeah, that's fine actually. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop another group inside of this, right? And let's add margin of 16 on left and right. There you go. Because we need to create an empty state, right? So this is 18 and 10, and I just need to check 272. All right. So let's add a fixed height of 272 over here, and let's make this. Let's add a padding of 12, 12, 12, 12. Okay. So I'm gonna drop a icon over here inside of this, and it's going to be a magnifying glass to show the user that, buddy, you need to add something. let's let's add a padding of 12. Yeah, looks good. Click on appearance, add a border, use our color border, add a background color of white, because this group, I'm just going to call this as group empty state. All right. This is going to have a background color of our secondary background color with roundness 12 and a solid border with our border color. That's how it should look. Let's make this as 10. Yeah, now it looks good. I'm just gonna center this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this group or this text, paste it over here, center this. Of course, we do need to make this 18 medium. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just gonna copy this. And I'm gonna copy and paste again because we do need this subheading, because user experience is key, guys. I keep on saying in my each and every video, UX should be top notch for your application. Let's make this 12 or 14. I'm gonna select these two together into a column container with a row gap of 12. You know what? 6 is fine. Select this icon, select this group. Again, group them into a column container. 12. And I'm just gonna center this. So that's how it's gonna look. Uh, yeah, that's fine. All right. So this group empty is only visible when I'm just gonna copy this expression from our horizontal list, paste it over here. Is 0. That's when this element is visible. There you go. Okay, we are done with this. What else do we need? So we just need to add this nutrition plan, which is a dummy data. So let's quickly add this, and then we can style our menu bar as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this group, copy, select group main, paste, and just make sure that this is left align along with this. And yeah, what is okay? We don't need this padding as of now, because later on we're gonna group the. You know what? Let's You can add the padding on this group itself. Now we do need to make few tweaks over here. So this is going to be 20 instead of 18. And this is 12, so that's fine. So popular plan, paste this. Now over here you can use different options how you can monetize your app, you can have a custom personalized meal plan wherein if you are into making nutrition plans and stuff, you can sell your service in your app. All right, so there are different ways you can monetize it, but yeah. Group main 32. Okay, so we have this. I'm just going to call this as group plan heading and get rid of this min height and min weight, min width. My bad. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy this, select our group main, paste. There you go. And this over here is going to be plan. The plan is going to be simple. All right. Honestly, we don't need all this stuff, right? I'm just going to get rid of this whole thing. There you go. So 186, I'm going to select this. I'm going to select our horizontal plan and make it as 186, right? 186. And ooh, this is going to be a nutrition meal. Let's get rid of this whole thing, which is going to be all nutrition meal, right? Uh, Actually, here's what we're going to do, right? I'm just going to get rid of this image, right? And in this group, this horizontal list item B, we are going to add a image, which is going to be dynamic image, which is current item nutrition meals, cover image, process as image X, center this, and that's fine. And we're gonna add, I just need to check. Damn. Yeah. So it's 12. All right. So we are going to add a padding of 12 in this group. And now we're going to drop a text. I'm not going to use this text. I'm going to use this one. And then we're going to format it a little bit. So this is going to be full white. And it's 16 medium. 16. There we go. So we have this text at the bottom. Perfect. I'm going to select this. I still have my doubts about 160. 160. All right, so let's make this as 116 width. 160 and 250 in height, right? 250. Wait, what? 116 width. Two 250. Well, that's weird. I think it should be 250 and 160. Okay, there we go. Horizontal plan list. I'm just gonna check few things. Item gap 16, 160, 160. That's fine. I'm gonna get rid of this. And it's going to be visible on page load. All right. And I'm gonna. Whoa. What the? Okay, we're gonna design the top bar, tab bar. So let's click on appearance. This looks good, but we're gonna add our secondary background color, right? And we're gonna add a solid border on top using our border color. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. What else do we have? Right. So for home, let's see. So for home, what we are going to do, we're gonna select phosphor as our icon library and search for home or house. Ah, there we go. Um, let's use this one and yeah, secondary color as well. Same goes over here for diary. For diary, what is it? For diary, it's okay. Phosphor, book, search for book. There you go. Choose our secondary font color. Okay. Same goes with this. I just need to check one thing. Okay. So same goes with this. This over here is going to be phosphor. And let's search for gear. Was it gear? Yeah. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. And now let's test out our app, how it looks. So I'm just gonna head back. I'm just gonna copy this email ID over here, right? Okay, and let's test the whole workflow from start from our home screen. So I'm just gonna click on preview over here. There you go. I just want to check what happens if I click on false. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we have for this course. But if you are really interested in learning how to build this AI nutrition tracker, you can buy this course in the link mentioned below in the description. I'll see you inside.